After serving our country, only 6% of military members in the past 5 years have used one of the most powerful wealth building tools given to us. I'm talking about using your VA loan benefit to buy your first property. Here's the crazy part. At 23 years old, as an E5 in the Navy, I used my VA loan to control $800,000 worth of real estate by only putting $6,489 down. But I get it. I used to be exactly where you are right now. I was born to immigrant parents, joined the Navy at 17, diagnosed with PTSD, dealing with depression and all that. I know what it's like to feel stuck. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint I used to buy my first property using my VA loan. Then I'm going to break down the whole process step by step so you can do the same thing and use this to start building real wealth for you and your family. But first, let me address the 3 biggest fears that might be holding you back right now. Number 1, I hear a lot of military members say, I don't have enough money for a down payment. Here's what most people don't know. The VA loan is literally one of the only loans you can buy with zero money down. Here's another one. Others tell me, Josh, my credit isn't good enough. But guess what? The VA loan literally has no minimum credit score requirement. Even with a score below 600, you might still qualify through manual underwriting. And one of the biggest misconceptions that I hear is that I won't get approved for enough. But let me tell you something interesting. There is no debt to income limit. With civilian loans, they usually only want to keep you at 34% of your income, which is your debt to income. If you're making $10,000 a month, they only want you to use $3,400 of your income every month for your mortgage. The VA loan has no debt to income limit. That's exactly how I got approved for $800,000 as a 23-year-old E5 with no assets to my name. Now we've cleared that up, let's see exactly what's possible. Remember that $800,000 property that I mentioned? Let me break down my first deal with you. In 2020, during COVID, I found a duplex listed at $800,000. Most people would think that's impossible for a military member, but here's what the numbers look like. I only needed $6,500 to get started. The property needed some work, so I had to get creative. From friends and family, I borrowed $15,000 from my family, and he used credit cards for the other $15,000 for renovation. After doing it up, we got it appraised, and I did what's called a cash out refinance, and that one check that I got made me $96,000 tax free. Now, you might be thinking, Josh, that sounds great, but how do I actually do this? Let me break down the exact benefits and process that made this possible. The VA loan is literally backed by the Department of Veteran Affairs. This is why lenders can offer you benefits you won't find anywhere else. First, you get the lowest interest rate on the market. VA loans literally have the lowest interest rate out of any other loan type. You also don't need to pay PMI. That's private mortgage insurance. With regular loans, you need to put 20% down to avoid PMI. But with the VA loan, you never have to pay it, even with 0% down. That is an apartment they're gonna let you buy for 0% down. Now that you understand what's possible, let me show you how to make this happen step by step. Let's break this down into 6 phases. I personally use this framework and helped hundreds of military members do the same. Phase 1 is initial preparation. This confirms your eligibility and shows your entitlement amount. Next, gather your documentation. You need the last 2 years, W-2s, recent pay stubs, bank statements, and any rental income documentation if you have it. Now, one common mistake I see all the time at this stage is military members and veterans hiding information from lenders because they're worried about getting denied. Listen, brothers and sisters, let's be completely upfront about your income, job history, and any debt. Everything gets verified anyway, and hiding information will kill your loan if you do that, okay? I've seen too many military members lose their deposit because they weren't honest upfront. Phase 2 is lender selection. One of the most expensive mistakes you can make is going with your first lender that you talk to, especially if it's a big bank. Here's something crazy. 1 out of 8 military members get caught in financial scams. And the one that I hate the most, and I don't use the word hate a lot, is when loan officers from big banks take advantage of military members like you. They'll hit you with hidden fees and higher rates that could cost you thousands over the life of your loan. Don't be that guy that goes with the first first person, especially if it's a big bank. So here's what you got to do. Interview at least 3 different loan officers, okay? Ask them, how many VA loans have you done in the past 24 months? If they say 0 or 1, run away. And my favorite thing to ask a VA loan expert is, do you know what the 26-7 is? And if they don't know what that is, they are not VA loan experts. I can tell you what it is. My team can tell you what it is. There's a 600-page pamphlet that is the VA loan guidelines that has everything you need to know about the VA loan. But guess what? All these experts don't even know exist or even have read it, and that sucks. But don't worry, that's why we're doing this today. Avoid big bank lenders. They'll add unnecessary fees and higher rate. Look for small to medium-sized lenders who specialize in the VA loan. They're going to give you much better rates and much better service. All right, phase 3, it's pre-approval process. Get pre-approved before house hunting. This uses your actual income, credit, and savings to determine how much you can afford. Your pre-approval needs to be renewed every 60 to 90 days. Don't let it expire during your house hunt. Now, here's where a lot of people mess up. They let their lender max out their payment. The lender will treat your approval like a pass/fail test and give you the highest number possible. But just because you can get approved for $800,000 doesn't mean you should stretch yourself that thin. Tell them exactly what your monthly payment you're comfortable with and stick to it. Now remember, this changes if you want to make it an investment property. Use it as an investment. Live in one unit and rent out the others where your cash flow is way higher. Remember, assets versus liability, okay? Phase 4 is property search and offer. Connect with a realtor who understands VA loans. You'll get semi-direct MLS access. You'll see properties before they hit Zillow or Redfin. When making offers, one strategy that many do not take advantage of is asking sellers to cover your closing costs. They can pay all loan-related closing costs plus up to 4% in concessions. A common mistake I see at this stage is veterans and military members not accounting for all the costs beyond the mortgage payment. You need to factor in property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and the utilities. I've seen too many military members get the house, but then struggle because they didn't have a plan for these extra expenses. When you're making offers, keep these additional costs in mind. Phase 5 is due diligence. Once your offer is accepted, you'll need to complete the VA appraisal. This verifies the home's value and ensures it meets VA's minimum property requirements. And I'm about to clue you in on something very important. You'll usually have to pay a VA funding fee. It's typically 2.15% for your first time use, and that is the thing that scares most people. Oh my gosh, I just bought a $500,000 property. Now I have to pay an extra $10,000 in the VA funding fee? Guys, it's not that scary. You can literally roll that into the loan where you're only going to pay an extra $25 a month to control $500,000 of real estate. Does that sound like a good deal to you? For me, it 1000% does, okay? And if you have any service-connected disability, so 10% or more, doesn't matter, you are exempt. You don't have to pay this either. Here's a massive mistake that can cost you up to $20,000 to $30,000. It's skipping the home inspection to make your offer more competitive. I know the market can be tough, but I've seen too many military members get stuck with major repairs because they waived inspections. Unless you're an experienced investor or contractor, always get the inspection done. Okay, the final phase is the closing process. During closing, you'll get what's called a closing disclosure. This document shows every single fee and cost involved in your loan. Compare it line by line with your loan estimate to make sure no expected fees were added. At this stage, your loan officer will work with the title company to schedule your closing date. Make sure you bring a valid government ID and any additional documentation your loan officer requests. As I mentioned earlier, one benefit most people don't know about is that sellers can pay all of your loan-related closing costs and up to 4% in concessions. So during closing, double check that any seller concessions we negotiated are correctly reflected in your documents. The actual closing is super simple. Usually takes about 30 minutes where you'll sign a lot of paperwork, and once everything is signed and the loan is funded, you'll get your keys and officially become a homeowner. One big mistake at this stage is not thinking about future value. Even if this is your first home, you need to think like an investor. Consider appreciation rates and market trends. Why? Because whether you plan to sell it or rent it out later, you want this property to build wealth for you and your family. Now you have the exact blueprint I used to buy my first property with the VA loan. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember how I mentioned I made $96,000 on my first deal? Well, that same property now generates me $180,000 $1,000 a year in rental income using a special strategy called co-living. It's rent by the room on steroids. If you want to know exactly how I did that, click the video that is popping up right now where I break down the co-living strategy step by step. It's the same strategy that helps my rental properties get a 778% return every year. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And if you're serious about building wealth through real estate, I own a real estate consulting firm that has helped hundreds of other military members just like you invest in real estate. The best part is we do all of the heavy lifting for you. It's kind of like done for you real estate investing. There's a link in the description to book a call with my team. We're on a mission called Mission 333, helping military members get 3 rentals in 3 years and bringing 3 people along their wealth journey. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any videos about building wealth through real estate. I'll see you in the next one.